Hey Stormers, how's it going? This is Dave Babcock with First Response Property. Today I want to talk to you a little bit about um, getting a prelim done when you know how fast you need to get it done, and what you're going to need in your preliminary report. And that's the first thing that the insurance company is going to want from you. They're going to want to know that you're on top of the claim, that you've looked at it, that you know all about it. And so the preliminary is pretty important. Um, The NFIP program tells you that the prelim's due within 15 days, and that's from the date of loss. So you have 24 hours once you receive a claim to contact the insured. Let them know who you are. This is Dave Babcock. I'm your insurance adjuster. I'm here to help you out. Then you're really supposed to look at the loss within 48 hours. Now, I know sometimes you get 100 claims or you've got 50 claims and it's a humongous storm and it's hard to meet those guidelines, 24-hour contact, 48-hour looking at the loss. But, if you only got 10 or 12 claims, it's easy to do. So, the first thing you want to do when you want to do a preliminary report is you're going to get out there and you're going to look at the loss. You're going to ask the homeowner a bunch of questions. And you go through the list of what's on the prelim. Pull up a preliminary report on SIM Software Adjusters. It's a free program. You can get that for 30 days for free. Get that program. The flood forms are on there. Pull up the preliminary report and go through that preliminary report and see what the questions are that you're going to need to ask. And so then, as long as you know the questions that you need to ask, you could put that down on a list. On one piece of paper that says, outlined, okay, so I need to ask them how long have they owned the house, have they ever had a flood claim before, how high was the water. You're going to determine that yourself. But that preliminary is very, very important. And you need to ask about you need 6 photos with a preliminary report. Some say 4, but I would go with at least 6 photos. And so the first view, you're going to want to get on one corner and get the whole entire view of the house. Then go to the back of the house and get the other corner. And then go to the other side. You want actually 4 corners of the house. That's your 4 exterior pictures that you're going to want. And then you're going to want to take your tape measure. And then the next move is you're going to want to measure how high the water was. You're going to put your tape measure on the exterior of the building, somewhere where there's a water line, and you're going to take a picture of that tape measure showing maybe 2 foot or 3 foot or whatever the tape measure says that the height of the water is, and make sure you take a good photo of that tape measure showing the height of the water. And then the second photo that you're going to want to take is you're going to want to go on the interior of the building, and then you're going to want to take a picture of the interior height of the water. Sometimes they're on a slab, sometimes they're elevated a little bit, and it's going to be a little bit less water inside. But let's say, for sake of argument, you got a 2-foot exterior water line, you got that tape measure showing that, then you go on the interior, and you got about 10 inches on the interior of the house. So show those tape measure pictures. It's very, very important. And then you're going to want to walk around and take a couple more pictures of some damage. Not just pictures of pretty cabinetry or a pretty refrigerator or anything like that. Look for actual damage. There's one way to find real easy pictures of damage. If you'll open doors, and if water's been in there any length of time, the bottom of the door is going to start to be splitting. Even if it's only a little bit like that, it's going to start to split a little bit. Take a picture of that split door. That's going to show damage. You don't want to take pretty pictures of stuff. I always open all the cabinetries. I open up the stove. I open up the dishwasher. I open up anything and everything I can. And I take pictures of as much damage as I can. Not just pretty pictures of stuff. Because, just because there's 12 inches of water inside, and between me and you, we know that there's plenty of damage with 12 inches of water, but show that damage. You've got to show the file examiner, hey, look, this is cracked, this is splitting, the floor is peeling here in this spot. Just show damage anywhere and everywhere you can show damage, and it'll back your claim up. And then when you're doing your reports, you always want to explain anything that a file examiner might think that's questionable. Why are we replacing this refrigerator? It doesn't even look like it's bad. Well, open that refrigerator, take a picture of the model and serial number. Put the camera really close to the model serial number, take that shot. That way they know if it's been, if the house has been flooded before, they know that they're not going to pay for that refrigerator again. And so there's certain ways to make sure you gotta show damage. It's just not enough anymore to say I have 12 inches of water and then go snap a few pictures and then say, hey, look, well, there was 12 inches. I mean, how could there not be damage? Show all the damage you can show. And if you'll do that and make sure that your reports, your preliminary report is filled out correctly, answer all the questions. Go through NFIP, go through, I recommend SimSol for adjusters. That is the flood program. It came out way before Xactimate. It was created by adjusters for adjusters, and it is the best flood program out there. Xactimate's more of a wind and hail kind of thing. And, you know, nothing wrong with SimSol. SimSol is a flood program. But I hope that helps, and, you know, we'll keep coming at you every time we can get you some more information. And please subscribe to my channel so that you can get more information. And also, if you've got any comments or anything that you would like to hear about or know about flood, I've been doing it for 30 years. So put down at the bottom, say, hey, Dave, why don't we talk about this, or why don't we talk about that? And I'll be glad to help you guys out. So I hope everybody's having a good day, and I hope we all get to work this year. Have a good one.